Dude, we were watching...
Do we have a Floyd Rose in here somewhere?
No, we were watching Wayne's World the other day.
Uh-huh.
So my wife is pregnant, in case you guys don't know. And she's...
Welcome to Tone Time.
Yeah, welcome to Tone Time. And she's Swedish, and she has missed like a whole chunk of like American movie culture.
No way.
Dude, so I'm like trying to like watch all these classic movies with her.
Uh-huh.
Dude, she doesn't like anything.
Really?
Yeah. I just think, I don't think they understand the culture. I don't know. I have no idea. But we watched Wayne's World the other day. She's also pregnant and tired, and she fell asleep. And I was like, it's like not even halfway through the movie.
So
like,
you don't respect art.
Like, you don't want to know what happens with Cassandra? Like,
let me stand next to you.
Yeah, great movie. Anyway, sorry, quick little detour, or nice way to begin.
Yeah. So she doesn't like Americans, huh? She
hates Americans too. Kind of like how Billie Eilish only like.
Hey.
All right.
We're not getting into that.
So, what's up, Johnny? How you doing?
I'm doing so good, dude. I just finished a bunch of rigs, and I'm taking a little break because that was insane. I finished 5 rigs in a couple weeks.
On average, like how long does one rig take you?
So this is 2 clients. One of them wanted 2 boards. The other one wanted 3 boards. And then I believe each board was like 10 to 12 hours-ish. So.
That's it, bro?
Yeah. I work a little fast, but.
There's fucking guys out there right now roofing, dude. 12 hours a day.
Oh,
in the hot.
Yeah.
And you're complaining
My
about
room is pretty hot, too, dude. At home. You know, it got done, but you know, I also do a lot of gigging and stuff, so time's been a little tight lately. So, how about you?
You're
on Baby Watch. Baby Watch 2025.
Yeah. So I'm on Baby Watch, ready to bounce any minute. But I'm good. So I'm kind of like just limited to how much work I can take here at the shop, the type of work that I take in.
Sure.
I don't want to inconvenience anyone by like doing like a last minute cancellation or anything. So I'm kind of just taking in work that from like clients that I've worked before.
Yeah, easy stuff.
Yeah, and doing a lot of stuff. So just tidying up around the shop. I painted that floor in the bathroom. I don't know if you noticed.
Cute.
It like bubbled up. I had like a flood a while back ago. And all the paint just like...
Usually when you're on tour and I'm here all by myself.
Yeah. It's been a while though now.
Yeah, we finally got everything patched up.
Yeah. So...
I remember when the fuse box, the electric box, was smoking while I was in here working. I was like, what's that smell? And I look over, it's like, oh, there's smoke coming out of that. Love it.
Did you have to call?
I had to call 911 because it was raining and there was a leak that leaked straight into the box.
That's so funny, dude.
I was like, what the hell? Turned everything off. And then it's so funny because like the firefighters showed up. I don't know why we're talking about this, but I was like, there's smoke coming out of there. I turned everything off. And, like, by the time they got there, like, it started raining so much that all these other leaks... I was, like, sending out buckets, covering guitars, covering gear. Like, what the fuck? And you're, like, in fucking wherever. Probably Europe.
Yeah.
With Bush or something.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. But you handled it, dude.
We did. We figured it out.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So, then I moved out. Fuck this.
But no, yeah. So been tidying it up. My little wood shop. I made this cool, dope ass vent for my.
Oh, is that what the seesaw was for, dude?
Yeah. I posted it on Instagram. Just
That's nifty. That's cool.
It is, but I did it because I was like, oh, dude, I saw some on like Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
for my like air duct like dust collector, and they were like, I think it was like $190, and I was like, damn, that's expensive. I can just make one.
Yeah.
Then I went to Home Depot, dude, and then like I'm at the checkout, and I'm like, it's like $160. I was like, fuck, and I still got to do all the work, and dude, so I had to like mill some of the pipes and make them thinner, so everything like all the fittings fit, and then glue, and
should have just paid the $190.
I know, but you know, I feel like guys do that a lot.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I'm gonna go, whatever,
yeah.
But. And then at some point I was like, should I just like disassemble all this shit and just return it to Home Depot and be like, it's all faulty, and buy the Amazon thing?
Sure.
Which is probably a lot better and nicer.
But then that's.
And then I was like, dude, whatever.
Thing.
I have no time.
We're done.
Fuck this.
This
is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Move on. It's not perfect, but you know, lesson learned.
It's not perfect, but still love her.
But that's it, man. And then just, you know, waiting for baby Rosemary to make her appearance. So
crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Very cool, man.
So, any news?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk about the new.
What's the news?
The new Fender line. It's like 6 words in the title.
What is it called?
I'm gonna get my phone out actually to confirm, because I do not want to flub this one. It's so good. The Fender American Ultra Luxe Vintage. They had been teasing it for a while.
They have?
Yeah, and it was all like, never before done vintage tradition meets modern innovation. It's like, wow, I've never heard of that before from Fender. And yeah, I mean, wow, they look exactly like Fender Strats. It's crazy.
You know, and I've always said this because before they did this, I mean, I haven't tried it.
They're probably cool.
Yeah. I just kind of quickly glanced at it.
Yeah.
I saw one of my clients actually doing the demo video thing.
Oh, yeah.
Horace.
Yeah. Great player.
Yeah. But then I kind of started, it's like, oh, it's got stainless steel frets. Oh, damn, that's cool. And I didn't really look much into it other than that, but that's the thing that really stood out. But I've always said this about like all these boutique builds, you know, like, I mean, some of these companies are pretty big now, but like Sir, Shabbat, like that have just kind of been doing this now, like hot rodding Strats.
That's been their thing for a long time.
With like modern features like stainless steel frets and, you know, contour. There's a market for it for sure.
Sure. They look cool. They got that contoured heel thing, which has been an American Deluxe thing from...
I mean, I'd say that's what Sirs were.
Right.
That's what a Sir is.
Maybe they're just trying to get their share of that market.
Or they're running out of ideas.
Well, this is really innovative. That's sarcasm. I'm sure they're cool. Sorry, I don't mean to be negative. Stainless steel. They got some fancy S1 switching.
I don't like...
Bro. I used to have one of my first Strat actually was it was a 50th anniversary American Deluxe Strat with the samarium cobalt nickel. Whatever.
That was your first Strat?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
That was my first Strat
For
too.
real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's still in that room, completely disassembled.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. With that S1 switching.
Yeah.
And, I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's got gold hardware and stuff. And that was my only Strat experience. And then I played a friend's American standard basic ass Strat. And it sounded way better. I was like, I don't understand. And it turned out that those noiseless pickups or whatever were not that great. And so I went to have a friend swap out the pickups to something more traditional or whatever. And when we flipped over the pickguard, it was just a disaster. And it was ugly. So much wiring and craziness with that S1 switch. And that switch always breaks.
It always breaks, and it's hard to get.
Yeah, it's like $40 or something just for the...
Dude, even if you can get it, you know what I mean? That goes back to like the topics that I've covered before, you know, like proprietary items.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
It's tough. Honestly, it is tough because it's like like a switch like that, you can only get through Fender.
Yeah.
Or like an authorized dealer, usually Reverb, but you can't just walk to some store in El Paso and be like, I'll take one S1 switch.
Can I have an S1?
You know what I mean? It's like, be like, what'd you call me?
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way. So it's like, and unfortunately they do. They break.
Is it attached to, is it the whole, pot?
It's a whole
everything? Pot. Do they have like different values, or is it just set to like?
I can't remember, but
interesting.
I know that, you know, because I've had to swap a few, I've always had to go through Fender.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing. It's like, I don't know now, but I know back then you had to be an authorized dealer.
That's crazy.
To you know what I mean? So you'd have to go to a place that was like an authorized seller and then order it through them.
Got it.
Now I think most companies have, like, I know Fender has like an actual online store.
Okay.
Which is kind of a new thing.
Right.
It's, you know, but back then, dude, like even like 5-6 years ago, dude, if like you needed a part, you had to order it like at Guitar Center.
Wow.
And wait, you know what I mean? So it was like a pain in the ass.
Interesting.
Wow. So I mean, that surprises me that they would add that to it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it plays great.
I'm sure they're cool. I like Fenders.
How much is it?
$28.99.
So it's like $3 after taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
bro, guitars are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, for that, I don't know. No shade on Fender, because I have one of my favorite guitars of all time that I own is a Fender Eric Johnson Strat. But for some reason, why is it that I feel like if I'm going to spend that much, I'd rather just go get a Sir or something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe there's, I don't know.
I mean, there's still something attached to like the name.
Sure.
The brand name. Yeah. You know, it's like.
You're getting the real deal. There's something there.
But
that's a lot of money.
I'm curious.
I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they sound like a Strat and a Telly. Anyway.
Cool.
What else? Anything else going on?
I got my Behringer.
Oh, yeah, you got the Behringer. See, I didn't realize until we spoke about it. You got the actual, like...
The lawsuit one thing.
The lawsuit one.
Before the lawsuit.
It says Centaur on it.
It says Centaur, and it's got the little...
The horse guy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Look at you. That might be worth something someday.
It is, even right now.
Even if it is a ripoff.
It is. I tried it yesterday, finally.
And?
It sounds really good.
Wow.
In my opinion, it sounds really good. I actually really like it. Like when I posted it on Instagram, I just did it in my stories, and immediately, you know, people were like
hating.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, because people are like, dude, not cool. Like, you know, you're supporting like a huge corporation versus like, you know, this guy. And I mean, I get it. I do. But also I paid $80 for it, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I just look at it like, okay, I understand on one hand, they're kind of ripping off these classic things, right?
Yeah, but then it's like...
But it's like, I think...
Who did he rip? You know what I mean? Like,
there's that.
I don't know.
There's that.
I guess it's...
I think the Klon was supposed to be an original kind of idea, but in general, though, like, I think the boutique stuff is safe. The original guy is fine. Like, I look at these Behringer things as like entryway. Mm-hmm. Like some kid that wants to get that sound can spend $80 and get close.
And I don't think that was the issue. I think the issue was that they completely ripped them off. Like, it looks like
the name and everything, yeah.
Everything. Like, it's very similar to it. So I actually do agree. Yeah. I get it.
I'll give them props for the casing. It looks exactly like a Klon, but it's like shrunk down. Yeah. It's kind of cool. I was like...
fucked up. It's fucked up on so many levels.
Like,
maybe I got blood. Dude, I got blood on my hands, man. I feel bad now. Maybe I should sell it and donate the money to my bank account. It sounds cool. I don't know what to tell you.
We got to do a shootout, because we talked about... We got your Archer, and then I have Mr. Alex Fetter's original...
That's nuts.
Actual Klon.
Fucking old money bags Fetter. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, they should do it.
Have a little nerd fest. That's fun. But that's cool for $80. I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Any other news? You said there was another pedal that came out or something?
Oh,
the JHS.
The JHS, the 424 gain stage.
So that's after the whole... That's the McGee pedal.
Essentially.
Right?
Yeah.
The Tascam.
I kind of feel... It's
so
really...
a quick little rundown so people don't know.
Yeah. So there are artists previous to McGee in the 90s, like indie bands that were well known for recording with the Tascam 424 Porta Studio. And they would just plug their guitar straight into it, and they'd crank the preamps and to give you this really nasty...
Do you know any bands?
There's a band called Medicine. I've heard some of their stuff. Definitely really indie, grungy vibes. Maybe not for me exactly, but I think they're one of the main, like, well-known for doing that thing back in the day. And there's a few others. And you get this nasty, crazy, ugly distortion and compression. Fast forward to now McGee has become known for that because he did the same thing. And so as soon as McGee hit the scene, it's like every guitar player, mostly like younger generation, I think, and a lot of people, honestly, but wanted that sound, so they started copying all his gear. So now those Porta Studios that used to be like $50 on Reverb are now like $600 on Reverb, and everybody wants that sound. And so little companies, smaller companies, started releasing their clones of that preamp channel. And so I feel like the JHS one's a little late to the game, but it's accessible, it's mass produced, easy to get. A little expensive. It's $250.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
For a very specific sound, but it's really interesting because, like, I find, first of all, I mean, I guess it's like, I can imagine, I wasn't around for this, but when EVH hit the scene, I mean, the whole shred movement probably happened because of him, his style of playing and his sound. And every guitar player in the world copied that. And to some extent, McGee did a similar thing where he came out with this really unique sound that's not traditional, and it's not exactly a nice sound. It's a really unique, dirty sound. It's funny, though, because, like, being a nerd, I, like, check out all the different forums, all the different stuff, like the Gear page or on Reddit or Instagram. And it's really interesting to see, like, a lot of people are like, finally, someone did this. But it's like, oh, but there's been smaller companies that have been doing this, especially since McGee hit the scene. And a lot of people feel like McGee invented this sound, which is also funny. And then going on the Gear page, which is more like older folks, older players, more traditional guys, are like, why would you want your guitar to sound like that?
Who the fuck is McGee?
Who's McGee? I'm gonna pass on that. Like, I don't want my guitar to sound like shit. But there's something cool. I think there's something cool about it. It's different. I don't know. It's ugly, but it's refreshing. So I might pick one up. I like that it has an XLR out. Most of the clones that are out there don't have that. I find that to be kind of useful. I don't think that this is something.
What's that for, the XLR?
So just to go direct with it, because that's kind of the point. I mean, you could run it into an amp, and that'll probably sound cool too. But I think the point is to just use that as your preamp and go direct to the house or whatever. And
now you think someone like McGee would downsize his gear, his setup,
right,
and use this?
I just saw actually on Instagram, there's a McGee fan account, I guess, and some gear repair guy got commissioned by McGee and his team to rehouse the Porta Studio into like a durable rack unit for touring. So I think he's pretty much set on sticking to that. But it's cool. It's interesting. It's different. I think for funky guitar stuff, it could be really cool. I love McGee, and I love his sound. I've seen him live a few times, and it's really killer and really impressive, like how massive his sound is and unique. I don't necessarily want to copy it though. But I think there are other uses for that kind of thing.
Is Tascam still around?
I don't know.
Silly question. You would think that this is a problem with big companies that like kind of like to touch on like the Fender thing. Like you're a little late to like. It's so hard to get such a big company to shift and create a thing because you would think that Tascam would be like, oh hey, they're used like these people are using this.
Let's bank on this.
Let's maybe I don't know get with a pedal company and make something cool versus like. You know, it's like such a missed opportunity, and maybe they'll come out with something like 3 years from now.
Right.
You know, and I used to do some stuff with Yamaha and like freelance work for them.
Okay.
But I remember once my buddy Pat was the head luthier down there, and he brought me because they were like redesigning this like brand new guitar. Mm-hmm. And I remember he kind of explained it to me. He's like, to make one change involves so many departments that usually it never sees the light of day.
I see.
And I remember they were like there and they were showing me this guitar and they were talking about colors. And at the time, I don't know if you remember this. This was like a few years back, but like everyone had like an Aztec gold guitar.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if did you?
No, I didn't even know that was a trend. No.
It was like, and then so they were talking about how like they were so excited that they're going to be
able. Is it a sparkly finish?
It's
Aztec
like
gold?
It's just gold. It's like
okay.
an I don't know, Aztec,
like
whatever.
Gold top-ish. Okay.
But I remember, like, at that NAMM, they had all these... That year, they had all these guitars in Aztec gold. But that was, like, a trend that was, like, popular, like, a year or two ago.
I see, yeah.
And they were just so excited to finally be able to... It's like, God damn. Like,
a little late.
Are a little late to the game.
Yeah. It's interesting about the JHS thing. I mean, it's cool. What's really interesting is, as soon as that announcement came out, Benson amps, they make pedals too. They posted a story of two pedals. I guess they started designing the same thing. And they're like, well, I guess these are never going to see the light of day. It's like, why is it? It's just interesting how, everyone can catch on to this wave, this fad of like, oh, this guy's doing this sound. Let's all do it. And now there's all these people that are like copying that. And
I mean,
I guess that's how it goes, right?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's like, I don't know if that's like the right attitude of like, oh, well, they beat us to it. It's like, I mean, that's what's cool about the free market.
Yeah. Do your own take on it. Do your own.
If you find a market for your product, whatever.
Right.
Just, I think the problem is people think that like, you need to be like the main guy, the first person to arrive, and I don't know if that's, not to get too philosophical about it, but I don't know if that's like the best attitude to have.
Yeah.
I'm
sure a lot of people, for whatever reason, would prefer a Benson one. If there are Benson fans, like they would buy that one over the JHS one. There are people like almost like people that are like, oh, I don't listen to mainstream. JHS is mainstream. Maybe some people want a smaller company's pedal to support them instead of a bigger company like JHS.
But I think also it's kind of tricky because that's if you're following trends. Not that is a trend, but
that can come.
It's hard to make anything that fast.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well,
but yeah, it's pretty cool.
If you get it, check it out.
Yeah. Seems fun.
All right.
But yeah.
We've been blabbering.
We've been talking. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, Enrique.
He's working on some fat beats over there, dude.
He's working on someone else's podcast while he's recording ours.
He's getting paid. He's doing his job. Let him.
What do you mean? We get him, Subway.
Dude, Subway's we gotta get some kind of.
We gotta get a sponsorship.
Yeah, no, dude. All right, so today's topic.
Yeah, we just touched on it a little bit ago. Yeah.
So, we kind of touched maybe a little bit about because you're sometimes you come here and you're all stressed and
burned out.
Yeah, burnt out, dude. But so when I met you,
yeah,
you were definitely doing the session player,
guitar player for hire,
work for hire,
yep,
and then you got into this rig building, Velcro applier.
That's all I do is I apply
so
Velcro.
Do you? I guess let's just talk about that, like, because I think I used to get asked that, for a while there. People don't know this, or maybe we do. Like I said, me and Enrique used to be in a band, and then that dream died. Like, or not yet, man, dude.
No, dude.
Third time's the charm,
no,
baby.
Dude. There's still hope. I see you guys. There's a glimmer in your eyes when you look at each other.
So, anyways,
yeah,
Johnny, how do you handle the stress of building rigs and still being a very busy session guy? I feel like you've been touring a lot, and
lots of therapy, ashwagandha. No, it still can be a challenge. It was a huge challenge when I first started Cute Rigs. I was full-time music basically out of high school, and
quick little anecdote.
Yeah.
For people that don't know this, because I found this very interesting about you. You've never had a regular job.
No.
Like a 9 to 5, like
not yet, at least.
That is crazy.
Just right out of high school, I went to MI, and then while I was at MI, yay, our favorite, the center of, that's our sun, the center of our universe, dude. God. Went straight there, and then while I was there, we've talked about, my dad was like sneaking me into bar gigs and stuff to start playing out for
start drinking.
$100, yeah, exactly. $100 here and there or whatever, and that was just kind of the beginning of networking and getting around and everything. But so I met you. You were working on my guitars, but I was kind of I would build my own rigs because I was a huge nerd, and I just wanted to be self-sufficient in that way. Like, I never know what kind of gig I might get or what kind of session I should be able to like set up my own boards however I need to for whatever situation. So I learned how to solder and all that stuff. So over the years, I just worked on my own rigs, occasionally some friends or whatever. And then when we met,
which was probably the best day of your life.
It was the best day of my life, honestly.
Sure.
Like, the clouds parted. It was beautiful.
Yep. Hey, bro, can I borrow your amp?
Can I borrow your pedal board? Which I think, because you were like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy. This is a crazy pedal board. And I was like, there's a pedal switcher underneath, and it's all controlled
with MIDI. Where's the distortion?
Yeah, just distortion and clean. I was like, you just push that button. And so occasionally we would talk about that stuff, and you had reached out to me a couple times because you were considering being guitar and pedal board guy for a while, right? And
I was getting like some work offered.
People were asking you, right?
Yeah. And I tried. I think I did like 2 or 3 pedal boards. Yeah. And at some point I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I have no interest in doing this because of everything that we've said, where it's like, I think people have this idea that like, oh, you put all these pedals on my board. Now, can you explain to me how these work?
Yeah.
And it's like, what? No.
You don't know your own pedals?
Like, and then it's like, and then people would hit me up about like, oh, I want this pedal to be like MIDI controlled, and I want this pedal to blah, 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 and, because I understand like signal path and all these other things, and I know how to solder, so it's like, it just made sense.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, it's like, you got all these like pedals, or we talked about this, I think maybe in one of the episodes, where it's like, I don't recommend gear, like even pickups.
Right.
Because, so it was very similar to like, people were like, oh, this distortion I don't know, this just doesn't sound right. I think I'm going to swap that out for something else. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I kind of cut the cable to that length, and fuck, okay.
Those are top jacks now, and this is,
Yeah, it's like, that's kind of like a whole new thing. I didn't know how to like navigate that.
Sure.
And at some point I was like, fuck this. I have no interest.
Yeah, it's a whole other. I mean, sometimes even I still get overwhelmed with all the options and the different ways you can route everything. And so you had called me a couple times, like, can I just pay you to make this? I put it together, whatever. Can't figure it out. But I think you ended up figuring it out. And this was...
Yeah, I figured it out because I'm fucking...
You're the best, dude. You're the best. Honestly, you're the best ever.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back to building boards, bro.
You should.
Hit me up, man, if you guys need
a... Modern rigs. Modern guitar rigs. And I forget... We had kind of talked about it here and there. And then COVID and all that stuff. And then it was just... On a whim, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, dude, you should do this. You're so good at it. Like, you should do it for people. And I said, guitar players are insane. Trust me, I am one. I know. I don't want to deal with all that. And he was like, come on, think about it. And so he was just like encouraging me and like, you know, the original idea, because I didn't, like, I know how the pedal boards work. I know.
Was this Rod?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is a different friend. And I know how the pedal boards work. I know how all that stuff works, but I'm not like an electrical engineer. You know what I mean? Like, I can't explain to you how electronics work, how electricity works, and all that stuff. So that made me feel like anxious because I was like, I feel like I should know more about this stuff. And so he kept like pushing me, and I was like, all right, fine, whatever. But because I didn't know that stuff, to me, I kept saying, like, I don't know, I just kind of ghetto rig it. Like, and so originally I was going to call it ghetto rigs, which is crazy. Imagine.
Ghetto rigs.
Because, you know, I was like, I don't know, I learned these skills. I didn't, like, study these skills. But I was just telling you know what, I just want to make people's shit cute. And so that's how Cute Rigs came about. And that was like into like late 2020, early 2021. Started doing it from home. We started talking, started working out of here and all that. And then it got to a point where you're yelling at me every day. He's like, dude, you got to go 100% on this, man. Don't you care about your business? And I was like, you know what? That's probably true. And I was still gigging. It is funny because like 2021, everything opened a little bit more, quite a bit more. And so all the gigs like started piling on. And so I was building boards and gigging a lot. We were on like, we were a full 100%. Like everything was like, oh, we're back on. And everything started happening so fast. And I was getting kind of burned out on the scene that I was in at the time for gigging. And eventually I started thinking maybe I do want to slow down the gigs and focus on this 100%. And there was one year, maybe 21 or 22, where I cut back significantly on gigs and was doing pedal boards for the most part. And then I started working for Goodwood Audio for a couple years. And I started gigging less, but then essentially running my own business. And then I became in charge of their custom shop for a while. And I was like gigging even less, but still gigging on the weekends. But even that was just too much. And so I was going crazy. And I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to do pedal boards. Maybe I'll give up on the gigging thing. Or not give up on it, but just gig a lot less, do gigs I want to do, whatever. And that was kind of working for a bit, but then it eventually got to a point where I felt like I was in detention, and I'd look out the window and all my friends are out there having fun in the playground, you know?
Welcome to my world, bro.
And I was like, oh, man, I do kind of miss it, though. And the pedal boards were just, like, piling up. And I was grateful for the business. Like, it was great. It was very... it was a great learning experience. There's a lot going on at the time, and I was super, super stressed and overwhelmed, but I was making it work. But eventually it got to a point where I was like, I feel like I still want to do both evenly, you know? So I stopped working for Goodwood. They were very cool about it and very supportive, which was very cool. I learned a lot from them. I'm super grateful for the experience. They're a great company. And, kind of found a balance. And now it's at a point where things kind of, when gigs slow down, pedal boards kind of come up, pedal boards go down, gigs kind of come up. I get to do a little bit of both. I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like it gives me a slight advantage because I know what players go through. I know what players need on stage or different situations and this and that. And I have the same experience because I'm going through it at the same time. In a serious way, especially this year, I'm traveling a lot more, which has also been a learning experience. And so trying to balance everything can get tricky. But it's like we keep saying, I think it's more of a thing where you have to decide and just stick to it. Like maybe, I have this many gigs this month, so maybe I'm only going to give 2 slots for pedal boards this month because things are kind of crazy. And you just have to stick to it because inevitably, anytime in my experience you say, I'm only going to leave 2 slots open this month, 5 or 6 clients start hitting you up. You know what I mean? And because I like doing both of these jobs, I end up just saying, sure, I'll do 6. And then I'm like, why did I do that? And so, for me, I try to be as professional as possible. So I make it happen. I make sure everyone's happy. But that really puts a toll on me, and I become grouchy and tired all the time. You know what I mean? Which we've talked about, rise and grind, balance, work-life balance. So, yeah, still figuring that out. I'm pretty good about it sometimes, and then sometimes I get too excited. It's all fun stuff. I love doing all of it, you know what I mean? And so sometimes I get a little overwhelmed. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Cuz I don't know, what else am I going to do, I guess?
Damn, dude. Sad. No. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything at this point. I used to, because it was either like, I should be working on pedal boards, but I'm doing this gig. Or I wish I could be doing this gig, but I'm doing pedal boards. Now it's found like a good balance for the most part. Like I said, sometimes I stretch myself a little thin, but yeah. Do you think that's like a societal thing that's kind of like we demand that you pick one and that you focus on it and then that's it?
Oh, I thought about that a lot.
And if you do the other one, you're fucking around. Versus, you know what I mean? Like,
right. I think maybe early on there was like, and I felt it and I wanted to, like I was teasing about the way you were telling me, you got to focus on one. Now I took it in a positive way. Like, you're right. Like, it would be cool to just do this and run my business. But these days as a freelance, whatever you're doing in LA, especially, it's kind of hard to just do. You got to have a few sources of income sometimes, to make it all work because, sometimes gigs are slower, sometimes rigs are slower. So for me, each one comes in clutch. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that pressure is there as much now because I think everyone's kind of on the same page. Like anytime I talk to people,
I'd say LA. I'd say
LA.
That is very specific, I think, to this area.
Yeah.
Right? Even like our industry per se.
Yeah.
Entertainment or
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm making a huge assumption. I'm sure maybe it exists in other areas,
sure.
But I mean, it is. It's like it is this idea that, people, if someone has like a very corporate job and a very structured life, mm-hmm. they'll look at you and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Like, but no, yeah. I mean, I think
my wife says that.
She's
like,
say?
I don't know, like you music guys, where everything's kind of just like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be there. With you don't ask any questions. Sometimes you don't even know like how much you're making exactly because so many things are. She's like, I don't know how you do that, and I was like,
it's a lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know that I came into this, and especially like olden days, whatever, early days for me, like everything was just always like, oh, it pays around this or whatever, and I was just like, okay,
Do you get offended when people are like, oh, they'll say like, oh, you just got a bunch of like side hustles or type thing?
Not really.
No.
I maybe early on I was a little bit like, because there was a couple instances where I was talking to like older, really busy musicians, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I have a side business.
Like Bob Dylan or somebody like that?
No.
Oh.
But, other session guys or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I have this business too where I build pedal boards for, I say musicians now because I've done it for not just guitar players. And I was like, oh, that's neat. And I'm like, what do you mean that's neat? What the fuck?
Fuck you, bro. You want to go?
I know. No, it's not. It wasn't that big a deal. But it's just interesting because some people did like kind of seem to imply that it was like, oh, you're not gigging enough or whatever. And it's like, dude, I can barely fucking keep anything balanced. Like, it's crazy all the time. But
I think it's a special breed to like have someone that can deal with that stress and pressure of like, I can't tell you, and I have a kid on the way. I can't tell you what work I have next month.
Right.
That's insane.
Right. And
that's fucking bananas, dude.
We are,
but
used to that.
I know that I will.
Yeah.
And
something will work. Something
I think
will come
in that ether, I don't know if that's the right word. Like, I thrive. Like it's like I'm good. I'm fine.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not stupid. Like me and Mo have done really well, and
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I'm good.
Yeah.
But I've also like worked really fucking hard to get to this point.
Same.
And I think maybe like, I don't know, I guess understanding the difference between being entrepreneurial and being a freelancer in the sense of like, okay, like, are you a business? This is something I felt like I used to struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, are you a business?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you like a freelancer?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess understanding that like, oh, like if you're freelance, there's nothing wrong with that. Meaning like you have to be involved in order to make money.
Right.
Everything that I do right now per se involves me.
Yeah.
I have to be present to make money. I'm not making money while I sleep.
Right.
I have like little things like,
sure.
Okay, like my fucking t-shirts, which by the way, if you guys want a t-shirt.
Lamborghini fun.
Lamborghini fun.
His
baby.
Lamborghini's in the shop right now. And it's...
I got like $20, yo. Come on. Help a brother out. I got a kid on the way. Yeah.
Those shirts are going to solve everything.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, dude, kudos to you. Like, I know I never fucking pat you on the back, but I think you've done a good job of, like, being able to... correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not crazy about traveling.
Not necessarily. And
You've been able to find a way to play music, travel some,
mm-hmm.
but still be able to stay home for the most part.
Yeah.
And when you're home, you have a way to make a living here.
Yeah.
Which is still involves something that you enjoy.
Yeah. I feel lucky, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, yeah, sure, luck, but you've designed that for yourself.
Yeah.
Versus like if someone maybe from the outside is looking at it, it's like, damn, that guy is just kind of like running around all over the place. It's like most musicians that I know, especially when they get older,
mm-hmm.
hate traveling. And this includes like famous people.
Oh, that's good to know because I always felt like people made me feel crazy.
Some people like it. Don't get me wrong. Some people really like it. But also some people, if you gave them the choice as to like, you could stay home and not travel and not go to LAX every fucking weekend.
Right.
Most people would, especially when you have kids and things like that. It's like, dude, you're like, you know what I mean? It definitely is a young man's game, dude.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, I agree. It's tough. I will say, so this year I've been traveling a lot more than I've ever traveled for gigs, pretty much on weekends. And that has thrown sort of a wrench in my process because, like I said, I tell myself it's kind of busy. Maybe I should only do 2 or 3 rigs this month. But I don't think about me when I do this. So like, I'm like, yeah, so I'm out of town from Friday to Monday. And then, I have a few days. So yeah, and then so I can spread that out. Okay, so maybe less rigs this month or whatever. But I don't account for, maybe I need a day to recover after I get home. Maybe I need a day to like go over music for whatever gig I'm doing. So stuff can pile up fast. And then I don't sleep and all this stuff. So the traveling this year has sort of been a learning experience. And I always said, because I used to only travel like 3 or 4 times a year, I was like, I don't want to do that, I will admit that even though logistically and maybe physically it's not the greatest, it's actually been fun. But I think that has a lot to do with the particular crew I'm working with. We're all homies, really tight homies. And so that helps a lot. It's actually been a fun experience, and I'm actually grateful to be doing it. At first I was a little hesitant, but it's been cool. It's been a lot of fun, and it's just a matter of finding a balance and just being straight with clients. Like, when they reach out, I was like, hey, cool. And it, you say, I'm already filled my slots this month. Can we do next month? And you just have to be okay with potentially not getting that business, because that's where I get caught up. Is like, well, don't go anywhere else. Okay, I'll do it. I'll fit it in. Yeah, it's been, it's been an experience, and I'm really grateful that I get to do some really cool stuff that I really enjoy. I get to work with really cool clients. And I guess the next step is like you were mentioning, like being freelance versus entrepreneur. Is like been working on putting a band together for the gigs that I usually do, but own it. And so now I can make maybe some passive income, hopefully by booking bands, et cetera, et cetera. I have been doing it with a couple of friends. And so, so now the goal is sort of taking matters into our own hands a little bit more. So it's less freelance and more, it's our thing. So, but it's been a learning experience, but a lot of fun. Even through the sleepless days, et cetera. I get to work with you, bro. Like, I'm so honored. Enrique now. So.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Dope. All right, well.
I don't recommend it. I'm just kidding.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It can be tough, yeah. But anyway,
that's
it. That's
cool, man.
That's the Tone Time episode for this time.
All right, y'all. I guess that's it.
Like, comment, subscribe. What do we need?
We're at 40. We're at like 46 subs or 43.
Luis did something for us last week.
And
big move.
We want to get to 100. So.
But where are we available now?
Oh, yeah. So we're on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Apple.
Look at us go.
I literally had to sit down with Steve Jobs. Or not. What's the new guy's name?
Steve.
No, what's the new guy? I forget his name, dude. And I had a meeting with him too, man.
Wozniak.
No, dude. I had a meeting with all these big execs to get our execs, bro. I had sex with him to get our podcast on, man. So go and sub on them.
Hell yeah.
Sub talks.
You don't have to go on YouTube no more, guys.
Subway sandwich, bro. All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Peace.